When did I start sword fighting classes and how did I get into it? So the summer of 2022, I had a baby. My son was 10 weeks old and I got cleared for exercise again. I was just about equally distant between two clubs, but one I would take the subway and the other I would drive. And it turned out that the one that I would drive to was a lot easier for my nursing and pumping schedule. And that is how I picked. In the first class, I wound up telling somebody who's a very good friend of mine now that I had a 2-month-old at home, and he was like, oh, congratulations. He was so nice about it, but he was like, what are you doing here? So I started at this like crazy time in life. Also, if anybody ends up in that boat, chest protection is very, very important. I got like a chest piece that was like, fitted and helped because I got hit one time sparring, and it don't recommend. Don't recommend. But so I started at this like very important time in my life and met some of my favorite people in the world. So that was pretty cool. I had no idea what I was doing. I was gonna be enthusiastic. If they were gonna let me keep taking classes, I was gonna keep showing up, and the fact that I didn't know anything was really their problem. I decided it wasn't mine. So that was the summer of 2022, which is crazy now. I've had a couple of breaks in between here and there for life reasons. Also, I have a toddler, so there's times I can come and times I can't. I finished a master's in there. I teach and there's life things, but it has been one of the best things that I've chosen to do. It is a really wholesome group of really nerdy people who are active and interesting and interested in all the same things that I am, and fantasy nerds and gaming nerds and history nerds, and just a bunch of people with enthusiasm, which is like right up my alley. So that's been pretty cool. It's also like just a lot of fun to go play swords with your friends. And like, I know we get very like academic about it, and we should, and that's great, but like, let's not get too far away from the point. I know it's not like the traditional postpartum activity, it's to like take up sword fighting, but like I also feel like it should be, all things considered. If you have questions or if there's more I should go into about any of it, let me know.